Hello world, this is installment 3 of the development vlog for the Aardvark multiplayer roguelike game. Since the last installment, I haven't recorded any programming sessions, but I've reached a milestone that I wanted to cover in the vlog, so this is going to be another code review session. I haven't previously covered the networking architecture of the server or the client, but I'm going to start with two messages that I've added on the client side: select character and selected character. Select character is a message received by the client from the server instructing the client to begin the process of selecting a character. Once a character is selected, the client responds to the server with a selected character message. The select character message provides a list of character profiles that can be selected from. Each profile is a name, world identifier, a brief summary, and an indicator of whether that character is currently alive or not. After the list of character profiles is a list of world profiles, each one just being an ID and a name. These are the worlds that can be joined when creating a new character. The selected character response consists of a create flag to indicate if a new character is being created, world ID, name, and race. Race also is used only when a character is being created. When an existing character is being selected, only the world ID and character name are needed. So from there, I will go with showing you what this looks like when it runs. So currently, I do not have any characters on this user profile for this server. I click New Character. This goes through the full process of connecting to the server, authenticating the user, and then getting the select character message back from the server. Only one world is identified so far, and currently the server doesn't really have a particularly friendly name for the world, so it just uses the unique identifier as the name. Create character, and I'm loaded into the world. I can move around. When I exit the game, I can reconnect. Now that the server has a character set for this user, I have that character profile available from the select character message. It can be selected, I can connect, and my character is still in the position where where I left them when I disconnected. Okay, so that covers the network messages. The new character form is pretty straightforward. Click handler, cancel handler, OK handler. When selecting the world, it reloads the race options for whatever races that world has available. It is not currently an implemented feature to allow different worlds to have different races, but that is planned, and so I'm building it in from the beginning. It does track the currently selected race to reload it if when you change the selected world, that world does have the previously selected race available as an option. change this right quick because I did intend to have all of my event handlers grouped together and then this one below them, just as a matter of programming style. So when either the selected world, selected race, or character name fields are altered, the details are validated, and if everything is valid, then the create character button is enabled. Otherwise, it is disabled, so you can't click create character with invalid data. That's pretty much it for changes on the client side. So on to server. So here on the server side, we also have new select character and selected character messages. The select character message dumps out the user list and the world list. And the selected character message is rather more complicated. This is sort of a lot of work happens on the server side because this handles creating new characters. So here we have an inner class player loaded listener. This one is used. This is a callback when the character has been loaded to proceed with the next step in the login sequence by converting the connection to a player connection rather than a login connection. That's more of the networking code that I haven't gone over yet. File write listener to handle the callback from the character file being initially written after character creation. Deserialization code. This is just the opposite of the serialization code on the client side. Checks the create, world ID, name, and race fields. Race is not passed in the return if new character is not being created. So if it's an existing character, it'll only be create false, world ID, name. Processing the message, looks up a world instance based on the world ID. If the world ID was invalid, did not result in a world being found, we hang up with an error message that the world wasn't found. Otherwise, we proceed to checking if we're creating a new character. If we are, and the character already exists, we hang up with an error message that the character already exists. If we're creating a new character and that character does not already exist, we create a character and persist the character file so that it won't go missing at any point. So we save the file, passing in the listener. That handles once the file has been written, then the message is sent back to the client to complete the login process with the newly created character. Otherwise, we are loading in an existing character, or attempting to at least. We look them up. We ask the world for the player object. If it's null, we hang up with the error message that the character was not found. Otherwise, we load the player object this happens on a background thread essentially, and we provide the player loaded listener into the load player method so that once the file is loaded on the background thread, we return to the foreground thread and send the message off to the client to complete the connection. Okay, I think that pretty much covers what I've got for this review. I should make a video going over the networking model and the threading model at some point, but that's not going to be today. I think this session is done. Thank you.